One of the things that I would say that's got my attention when it comes to the Steam Deck is how well-rounded this device is, and that just makes me more excited to get my hands on it. I am currently in Q3, which I would be expected to receive mine anywhere between July and September, which I'm actually okay with because I have to get some money aside to actually pay for the thing. But recently, I've been watching a few videos on what this device has been capable of doing in terms of emulation, and boy, oh boy, I am impressed. Now, I already kind of went into this knowing that, yeah, this device is going to be able to do some pretty good things for emulation. But I think the exciting thing about it is a well-rounded everything device. See, when I had picked up my Nintendo Switch back in 2017, granted, I know we're going to keep comparing it to Nintendo Switch because of how similar these form factors are, but they are in their own worlds. They are in a completely different realm when we talk about handheld gaming. But what I'm going to say here is the Steam Deck has a capability of being a everything device if you let it, right? You can do work on this device through, desktop. If you want to edit a couple videos, you're not going to be able to do everything perfect to the teeth, but you're going to be able to do quite a few things with it without hiccups. And I think that's kind of something that I am definitely interested in checking out. So there's something called Emu Deck. And Emu Deck is basically, they're flipping this whole thing upside down when it comes to emulation, because emulation always requires some sort of tinkering to get everything right. Well, EmuDeck has decided to make this extremely easy by pretty much allowing people to do a quick download and install that takes care of everything from RetroArch Configuration, Bezels, Gamepad Configuration for Gamecube, Wii. I'm talking about you're going to be able to do anything from Sega Genesis, Sega CD, Sega 32, PC Engine, NES, I'm just going to name a bunch of consoles. Master System, with the more advanced consoles, obviously, is the 3DS, PSP, N64, Wii, Gamecube, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PS3, Wii U, Switch, and just everything kind of just many different systems. And this, my friend, is a dream come true, because not only will you be able to connect it to the dock to play these games on a controller, but you're able to take them wherever you go, and it's at an affordable price point, especially because for a while all of these PC systems that have, the handheld capability of being a AAA gaming experience on the go cost up to $1,000 to $1,500 to get some sort of, Windows experience. But the fact that we're going to be able to finally get this at a price point of $400, I hate to say it, in certain ways, it's going to put Nintendo to shame in terms of into what the Switch can do. Because one of the frustrations that I've always had, and that is when you have a new console that comes out, is you're waiting for that game to get ported over. And not only are you waiting for that game to get ported over, if it's a completely new platform, you're going to have to buy that game again. And who's to say that it's going to run at a performance that you are happy with? All of that is controlled by the developers. All of that is kind of controlled. It's a streamlined experience, and that's okay. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh my god, it is gonna be, it's a inferior experience. Some people prefer to keep what they currently have. People don't like the tinkering. People want something simple, the casual market. But I think when you want something more and you're ready to step your foot into the cold water, the icy cold water of emulation, PC gaming, or in this case, it's going to be Linux gaming, the Steam Deck is going to be a huge advantage to that. And I feel like it's going to fill a lot of voids where other systems couldn't do that. So the installation guide, I don't really know exactly what else I'm going to say in this video, but the installation guide for the EmuDeck seems to be very simple. It's basically formatting the SD card, going into the desktop mode, and then downloading the installer, and just basically installing it, returning to game mode, and using it right out of the box. There's no configuration, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it. And even with outside of emulation, one of the other things I'm going to really like doing with the Steam Deck is playing older titles, playing older obscure games that we are like, oh, this game's not going to get ported to new gen hardware. This game's not coming to the Switch. This game's not coming to, the PlayStation or Xbox. This game is a old ass game, and some of these titles that I'm thinking of is some of the earlier. Like I'm talking about, I definitely am curious to try out Assassin's Creed 1 on it. I'm definitely curious to try the older Tomb Raider titles that before they did the reboot. I'm definitely interested in trying a lot of games that one might not necessarily think of to try right out of the box. So it's going to be definitely a interesting experience to see what the battery life will be like on these systems, what the performance is going to be like, because older titles, I could probably say that anything from like 2000, the early 2000s to up to 2010-ish, when, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 were at the prime of their time. Trying games like that, I'm curious to see how well the battery life's going to be as well as the performance. I'm just excited to get my hands on the Steam Deck. I just wanted to share that the emulation on this is going to be through the roof. And I kind of want to hear what you guys have to say. What are you guys going to be excited about when playing on the Steam Deck? Are you guys excited to play older titles? Are you excited to play emulation titles? I'm really honestly going to be trying a lot of the old PS2 titles with emulation for sure. Games that are just completely games that I would have thought otherwise, and just trying different things with it. So leave your comments in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. I am Double Pulse, and I am signing out. Goodbye.